Cancer, what? Like primary health awareness initiative. Welcome delegates. Hope all are excited to learn something new and informative. Come, let's just dive into the topic, shall we? Now, what is cancer? It's just a group of diseases that can start from any part of your body. Just grow out of control and crowd out normal cells. But the good thing is, it can be treated very well for many people. In fact, more people than before lead full lives after cancer treatment. It's not just one disease. There are many types of cancer, such as lung cancer, breast cancer, colonic cancer, blood cancer, and so on. Now quickly, let us look at a case here. Mr. Satish Sivaramakrishnan, a 31-year-old man, comes to the clinic because of several bumps in his mouth for the past several years. He believes that they are unattractive and would like to have them surgically removed. His medical history includes surgical removal of a thyroid medullary carcinoma and pheochromocytoma. Family history of similar mouth bumps and medullary thyroid carcinoma in his mother and sister is noted. His vitals were quite normal, and physical examination shows a tall male with scoliosis and pectoral excavated. His lips and tongues have several small protrusions covered in normal oral mucosa on. Now Shashwat and Saptarishi, what do you think the case is?
I think it's a case of hypothyroidism. I'm not very sure about that.
It's Li-Fraumeni syndrome. I know it is.
Oh, well, that's quite a guess. But unfortunately, both of you are not quite there. But somehow, we'll just learn on the way. So shall we go on to the topic of today?
Yes, sir.
Alright, moving on. Now with the basic of cancer in mind, let's jump right into the topic of the day, that is endocrine cancer, and more specifically the MENS syndrome, that is multiple endocrine neoplasia. So what are the clinical presentations that one can expect in MENS syndrome? Based on each affected organ, the clinical feature varies, usually asymptomatic and incidental and accidental findings. Mostly the patients present with end-stage presentation, and clinical findings, the ones a doctor can find, are the neck swellings and the hyper and hypoendocrinological condition, and so on. Now the incidence is quite low, and overall prevalence is around 28 per million live births per year. So it's quite a rare condition. So what is multiple endocrine neoplasia? It's a group of inherited diseases caused by proliferative lesion of multiple endocrine organs. So it occurs at younger age, arises at multiple endocrine organs, usually asymptomatic. Now, MEN is subdivided into two, that is MEN type 1 and MEN type 2. And MEN type 2 once again subdivided into 2A and 2B. Under MEN type 1, the commonest three endocrine organs that are affected are the parathyroid, pancreas, and the pituitary. Now, the pathological manifestation observed in these three organs under MEN type 1 are primary hyperparathyroidism, Zollinger-Ellison syndrome, and acromegaly.
Doctor, primary hyperparathyroidism, Zollinger-Ellison syndrome, acromegaly. What's all this?
Oh, Shashwat, you should attend more of my lectures. Anyhow, let me give you a brief idea. Primary hyperparathyroidism is a condition in which there's increased secretion of parathyroid hormones. Zollinger-Ellison syndrome is a condition in which there's increased secretion of gastric acid that leads to the formation of peptic ulcers. Now, acromegaly is where there's increased secretion of growth hormones from the pituitary that leads to a condition known as gigantism. Now, moving on.
Sir, I just read about MEN type 2. It has 2A and 2B, and it's clinically manifests as pheochromocytoma and medullary thyroid carcinoma. Not very sure about that though. I didn't understand that.
Oh, Shaptarshi, that's quite impressive. Shashwat, let's look at him. Anyway, coming to men type 2. There are two distinct groups of disorders that is divided into 2A and 2B. They are inherited and autosomal dominant. The commonest three endocrine organs that are affected under men type 2 are the thyroid, the adrenal medulla, and the parathyroid. Now coming to men type 2A pathological manifestation. They are medullary carcinoma of thyroid, adrenal phemochromocytoma, and primary hyperparathyroidism. Medullary carcinoma of thyroid is where there's proliferation of the parafollicular cells of thyroid. Adrenal phemochromocytoma is where there's increased secretion of catecholamines that leads to the condition known as secondary hypertension. And primary hyperparathyroidism is where there's increased secretion of parathyroid hormone from the parathyroid itself. Now moving on to the pathological manifestation of men type 2B, there are most commonly two. They are medullary thyroid carcinoma, that is also known as MTC, and pheochromocytomas. Now there are some special features that are observed under men type 2B. They are primary hyperparathyroidism does not develop under this condition. Extra endocrine manifestation is observed, and marfanoid habitus is also seen.
Marfan, isn't that a connective tissue disorder? How does that fit here, doctor?
You're absolutely right, Shashwat, but you must keep in mind, in the case it was clearly mentioned, the man had huge limbs. Now moving on to genetic testing, usually done to the relatives to patients, and prophylactic kerarectomy in most cases. Examples such as that's observed in MTC. Now coming to diagnostic modalities, they are biomarkers evaluation such as the CEA and calcitonin levels in the serum, FNAC and biopsy, ultrasonography, MRI and CT, and of course the PET CT. Now coming to the treatment, how can it be evaluated and how can it be treated? Removal of the affected organ such as the total thyroidectomy, supportive treatment and therapy for hypo and hyperendocrinological manifestation seen in pre and post-op, and of course prophylactic genetic testing and surgeries for the closer relation to the patients. So that's it. So students, we learned something today.
Yes.
Well, I hope the audience learned something as. Thank you so much, guys.